So as you guys can see, we're back from Sammy's. We got some tires mounted nice right there. We got some parts back there on the bench. And, if we can muster up just a little bit of motivation, we'll get this car that much closer to being back on the road and maybe even in the hands of its new owner on this episode of Pugliese Speed Shop. So as you guys can tell, we're continuing on with the Oldsmobile, right? Picking up right where we left off. It's a couple days later because, like I said, we were looking for the motivation, right? We shot over to Sammy's. He killed it. I was there. If I was there 15 minutes, it was a long time. Him and his boy ripped the old tires off, put these guys right here on, and I was on my merry way. If you guys need used tires or just tires put on or whatever, Used Tire Center, Mechanicsville, Maryland. I'll throw the address, whatever. Hit him up. Dude's awesome. And he didn't pay me to say that, but if he wants to, that's fine, right? So, where were we? Tires. Yeah, we did that. And, St. Patrick's Day, it came and went. You guys see that flag back there? We got to celebrate, right? So then, what else the next day? Saturday morning, and, no, it's not Saturday morning. It's Saturday afternoon because I'm lazy. But, yeah, we're trying, guys, all right? We're going to push through. We got some parts. Actually, I had work yesterday. Stupid work. But on the way home, stopped at my favorite NAPA there in Lexington Park, which they didn't pay me to say that either, but they're awesome, and we'll throw that down there too, because that's just what we're doing today. Scooped up a couple things that we needed right here. That guy, right there. We got the carburetor gasket, and we got some filters, and we should have everything we need to hopefully get this thing all back together. So we're going to see if that carburetor, my hand's over there, if that carburetor is going to work, and, I guess we'll find out. Let's do that. Like I said before, we don't want to just throw it together, right? So the mounting surface was, she was pretty nasty. But we cleaned that up nice, and then we did the same here. So good to go. Clearly, I'm taking really good care of this thing. And so she looks a lot better than she did before. I'm going to see if we got, so this is where the fuel comes in, right? Well, the other one was like back here. So we're going to do a little work, make sure it's going to, and I got a new filter for that. I keep pointing at it for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, we're going to do that kind of stuff, and then, we'll bring it back. All right, guys, so we got this guy back together, and for some reason I'm still pointing, but change the filter out in here, got the little fitting on there, so we're good to go. Then I noticed this, bolts that came out, right? She no working. Clearly it's not very good for this application. And now I just dropped stuff. Anyway, here we go. So we got these guys, which that's going to work. And that required a trip to Tractor Supply because it's the only place open. And let's see, the door's closed because we kind of running out of daylight, starting to get a little chilly. So we closed that up. And then I started doing a little thinking. So I got this guy right here. so I can reach up into this guy because, we still have it off, no wheels on it, it's up on jacks. And I realize this is probably not the best way to work. So what we're going to do, since we already got it up in the air, we got to change the oil on it. Seems like a good time. So we'll knock that out. We'll throw these guys back on. Then we'll move on to the installation on that guy. I think that'll work out good. Yo, another oil change, another ass whipping. This is ridiculous, but I'm going to show you why. This one makes a little more sense. All right, so here we have 2 oil filter wrenches, right? This is a guy that she got a little age to her, but a good tool, right? And this guy, clearly brand new, right out the box, right? So here's the oil filter. It's a new one, but the other one's nasty, so Well, you guys see the problem, right? It's kind of hard to do one-handed. But even like all the way tightened, yeah. Not gonna, wow, got it. You guys see them hands? Cat-like reflexes. All right. So here, the new one. Clearly this works, right? So that's, I'm really having a hard time here. All right, that's why I got my ass whipped. This guy wasn't doing it. I tried to grip it, and she was on there pretty good. So, brand new one to the rescue. And this, I'm going to tell you what, guys, this was given to me by a subscriber, so I really appreciate it. It was my mom. Thanks, Mom. Alright, so you guys saw I just filled this thing up with Shell Rotella 15W40. Obviously it's for diesel engines. I like using it in the older ones. Flat tappet cam in the 307 here, so it's got all the zinc in there, so it's, proper lubrication. You can add, use the additives, I'm not a big fan of using additives. I've seen it go wrong and I just don't trust them, so I know that works and that's what we use. So right after I said I don't like using additives, we're going to put in an additive. This is different though. This is a stop leak. It works like 12% of the time. This thing, it's not leaking. It's not like, well, obviously it's leaking. Otherwise I wouldn't be using this. The bottom of the motor is wet, right? It's not dripping. It's just seeping out of somewhere. I snugged up the oil pan while I was under there. It kind of looks like it's coming from the seal around like the crank. That's exactly what this is for. And it's a small block, so I'm pretty positive the rear main's leaking. That's just how that works. So we'll dump this in and call this oil change done. And there you go. Nailed it. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for tonight. We got the oil changed and a little debacle there, but we're good, right? Got the tires put on, got the carb all ready to go. We got the right hardware now, so tomorrow we'll come down, throw it together, fire it up, see how it goes. I'm thinking we should be all right, but we're going to find out because we already know it, but that carb was definitely removed for a reason. Hopefully, it's a reason we can work with, you know. But she's coming along, guys. I mean, hey, if nothing else, Harry, you feel better? See you guys tomorrow. All right, guys. So it's Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning. You know. Things got a little sideways, but we got some good news, and we'll talk about that more later. For now, we're going to throw this carburetor on this car, and we're going to hope for the best. We'll see how it goes. So, some things have changed. Some things have not, but we actually got some work done around here. And yo, when I say we, I actually mean we this time, because my buddy Jay came by, and yo, if he didn't, I'd still be trying to figure out where his vacuum lines went. So I'm not going to tell you that they're all in the right place, but they're on. We're missing one little guy on the EGR thing over here, and one more on the other side that we found so far. Let me see if we can see it here. I'm going to zoom you guys in. You ready? There we go. See that little hole right there? So this line above it that's got a makeshift hose put on it, I think it went there originally, but it's broke off flush. So I'm not saying we're going to jam a screw in there, but we're going to jam a screw in there. And she's going to be all right. It's all working. Well, I'll fire it up and let you guys be the judge of that. It starts, and it's actually a little better than it was before. Maybe with the idle under control. Hard to tell with the vacuum stuff, but that hole was there before. We're way better than we ever were. Well, since I've had it. Yeah, before I fire it up, full disclosure, guys, because I want, you know how it goes. We already ran it. Me and Jay started up, of course it cranked for a while till the bolts filled up and all that, and then she popped off, and you'll see. Just don't want you to think it's going to start this easy, because you get it. It's a little rough idle, but way better than she ran with the other block. I ain't mad about it. And yo, look at that. It ain't smoking all over the place either. We get her dialed in, we gonna be all right. Yo, I don't know about you guys, But I ain't mad at none of that, you know? I mean, go back to the beginning of this video, right? We started off with a car on jacks that needed tires, um, a carburetor that clearly was not the right one for the car. I mean, it was just hacked together. Just trying to even get it on there. It was, I don't even know how it got on there. It's amazing that it even stayed on there. Um, the oil, we changed that because, it reeked of gas. It was clearly broken down. Just all stuff, neglect and some hackery, really is what it was. And now, really? I mean, she's not perfect, right? I get that. I 100% know that. But she's getting there. Every time I start this car, like said, me and Jay messed with it at first. Every time I start it, it's a little bit better, a little bit better. And I keep messing with it, we'll get it all dialed in. So once we do, Jay's got one of those OBD1 readers. I don't know anybody else that has, this dude's bailing me out left or right, So once I get the vacuum leaks plugged and the idle kind of, use the sensors that, God gave us here, little sight, smell, sound, and we'll get that all figured out. Once it's close, he'll shoot on by, bring his reader, and we'll dial it in perfect, hopefully. If it's got some sensors that are bad, I don't know how this 80 stuff works. I assume that's how it's supposed to. We'll figure it out. But yeah, for real, guys. Yeah. So I took this thing for a ride. When I brought it down here, couldn't get the shift. Turns out the shift cable, the kickdown and all that, wasn't even hooked up. So that was a problem. I mean, we figured out so much stuff in this video. Couldn't be happier, guys. I'm telling you what. And, next time, we'll get Jay on camera, because we just got after it, dude. Like, he showed up, and we just started boom, 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 boom. We ran to the store, and even as we're going, we're like, we're not recording anything. Yeah, I know. Oh, we should record. No, we just kept working. And the end results, can't argue with them, right? So, I'm calling it, guys. It's getting, the temperature's just dropping, and it's getting a little late. Of course, I'm getting hungry. You guys know all the reasons that I stopped working for the night, and all of them are in play right now. So, till next time, guys, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, tell a friend, and give Jay a huge shout out because this thing wouldn't be running right now without him. Thanks for watching, guys.